Hello everyone, my name is Futusize Batswadi and welcome to our lesson on water conservation and sustainable living. Water is one of the most important resources on our planet. It gives life to people, animals and plants. Without it, nothing can survive. In this lesson, we will learn what water conservation means, why water is so valuable, the causes of water shortages, and how we can live in a way that protects this precious resource. Remember, every drop counts. When we waste water, we waste life. Dear students, please watch the following video as it's our base for this lesson.
Water in your glass right now might once have flowed through the veins of a dinosaur. Yes, an actual T Rex. Because here's the truth: Earth's water is ancient. It doesn't disappear, it doesn't get replaced. It just cycles from oceans to clouds, from clouds to rain, from rivers to bodies, and yes, even through toilets. The same molecules are endlessly recycled. That means the water you sip today has been everywhere. Maybe it rinsed the dust from a Spartan's wound after battle. Maybe it shimmered in the chalice of a Roman emperor. Maybe Cleopatra herself once bathed in it inside her palace. This isn't just water, it's history, flowing endlessly. Because Earth is a closed system, no new water arrives, none escapes into space. The same drops have boiled in Viking pots, steamed from samurai armor, and quenched the thirst of monks, warriors, kings, and poets. And now those very molecules are inside you. So the next time you drink, remember, it isn't just water. It's the memory of Earth itself, passed from age to age, mouth to mouth, life to life.
Let us continue to our next slide so that we can go through the lesson together. I repeat, students, every drop counts. Save water, save a life. Water is the foundation of all living things. Without it, no plant, animal, or human can survive. This lesson will help us understand why water is important, what causes water shortages, and how we can use it wisely to protect our planet. What is water conservation? Water conservation means using water carefully and wisely so that we don't run out of it in the future. It's about protecting water sources like rivers, dams, and wetlands from pollution and overuse. When we conserve water, we make sure that there's enough for everyone, for people, for animals, and for plants. Water conservation isn't about saving water at home, it's also about understanding how water supports the entire environment. If we use too much or pollute it, we disturb the natural balance of life. Why water is important? Water is an essential for all living things. People need it for drinking, cooking, washing, and cleaning. Plants use water to make their own food through photosynthesis, and animals depend on water to stay healthy and cool. Farmers need water to grow crops, and factories use it for production. Even the air we breathe depends on water because plants need moisture to survive. Without clean, available water, life on earth would simply stop. So, protecting it means protecting our lives. A quick review of water cycle. Before we talk about saving water, let's remind ourselves how water moves through the environment. This process is called water cycle. When the sun heats water, it in rivers and oceans, it turns it into water vapor. That's called evaporation. The vapor rises and cools, forming clouds that is called condensation. When clouds become heavy, the water falls back as rain, snow, or hail. We call that precipitation. Finally, the water collects again in rivers, lakes, and oceans. That's the collection stages. This natural cycle repeats again and again, but pollution and deforestation can disturb it, making rain less frequent and water less clean. Please, If you feel like you didn't understand the water cycle, repeat what I just said. What are the causes of water shortage? Water shortage happens when there isn't enough water or when there isn't enough clean water for everyone. Some of the main causes are pollution, which poisons rivers and dams, leaking pipes, which waste thousands of liters every day, and deforestation, which reduces rainfall. Climate change makes droughts worse, and as the population grows, more people use more water. All these problems come from human actions, which means we also have the power to fix them through good habits and awareness. If we take care of our water, we take care of life itself. The effects of water pollution. When water becomes polluted, uh, it doesn't just look dirty, it becomes dangerous to all living things. Polluted water can spread diseases like cholera and typhoid among people and animals. Fish and other aquatic creatures die because pollution reduces the oxygen levels in the water. Plants that depend on clean water stop growing properly and farmers lose their crops. Polluted rivers and dams also affect communities who depend on that water for drinking and or cooking. So when we keep our water clean, we keep our environment and ourselves healthy. Tips on how to save water. Saving water starts with a small, simple action that we can all do every day as humans. We can turn off the tap when brushing our teeth or washing dishes. We can fix leaking taps or pipes as soon as we notice them. We can collect rainwater to use for gardens or cleaning. We can reuse grey water, which is lightly used water from washing for watering plants. Taking shorter showers and using buckets instead of hoses can save hundreds of liters of water every week. These actions may seem small, but together they make a huge difference, especially in dry areas. Water saving habits at schools. Schools are a great place to teach and practice water saving habits. Learners can report leaking taps and make sure they are fixed quickly. The school garden should be watered early in the morning or late in the afternoon to reduce evaporation. Learners can start awareness campaigns about saving water and protecting the environment. Using recycled bottles for experiments or eco projects also teaches sustainable living. When the whole school works together, it becomes a true water wise zone, showing the community that young people care about the planet. Sustainable living. Sustainable living means living in a way that meets our needs without harming the environment. It's about finding balance, using just enough resources, and making sure we don't destroy them for the future. For example, we should use renewable energy like solar power instead of burning coal, which pollutes the air. We should recycle materials so they don't end up in the rivers or landfills. Sustainable living is not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing our best every day to reduce harm and protect nature. When we live sustainably, we make the earth a better place for ourselves and for the generations to come. Ways to live sustainably. There are many ways to live sustainably. We can reduce, reuse, and recycle to cut down on waste. We can use solar energy to power our homes and schools. We can walk, cycle, or share rides to reduce air pollution. We can plant trees to bring back fresh air, shades, and rainfall. Avoid using plastic bags and bottles. Instead, carry reusable bags. Once supported reusable ones. Support local farmers who grow food naturally without chemicals. Every eco-friendly choice we make helps the earth breathe a little better. Our connection to biodiversity and pollution. Water connects all life on earth, just like the first video that I showed you said. When water becomes polluted, it doesn't only harm people, it also destroys the habitats of plants and animals. Fish die, frogs disappear, and birds lose places to drink and nest. The loss of clean water leads to the loss of biodiversity, which means fewer species and weaker ecosystems. But when we protect and save water, we also protect forests, rivers, and grasslands. Reducing pollutions, reducing pollution and using water wisely helps keep nature balanced and alive. Okay, here's a reflection activity for you students. Uh, I want you to write short answers to these three questions in your reflection journal. First question: why is water important to all living things? Second question: what can you personally do to save water at home or school? Third question: how can your community live more sustainably? Remember, reflection helps you connect what you learn in class to your real life. It's how learning becomes action. Here are some fun facts for you to learn, students. I hope you didn't know that only 3% of Earth's water, it doesn't matter how big the ocean is, only 3% of it is fresh. And most of that is frozen in glaciers. Most of that 3% is frozen in glaciers. Maybe we might be having 1% of water on Earth. Second fact is that a leaking tap can waste up to 200 liters of water every single day. It's not a fun fact, but it's a real fact. Thirdly, some plants like succulents and aloes can store water for months to survive dry seasons. Fourth fun fact is that it takes around 10 liters of water just to make one sheet of paper. That's why recycling is so important. This is why we actually moved from page or contact learning to digital learning. So, since when we are on contact learning, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go through everything on this channel and make sure that you have went through the website under the YouTube link. A quick quiz for you students. Uh, what does water conservation mean? Can you name two causes of water pollution? List three ways you can save water every day. What does sustainable living mean in your own words? How does saving water help protect biodiversity? Think about your answers carefully. This helps you see how all these ideas connect. Water biodiversity and pollution are all linked together. Students, please go through the video again if you can't answer the quiz correctly. Thank you for visiting my website. Again, I repeat, if you didn't understand anything or if you didn't understand something, feel free to repeat the video. Feel free to go back to wherever you didn't understand, or maybe read for yourself on the website pages so that you can understand properly. And yeah, that's just about me and the website as it goes. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I thank you, students. Thank you.